Hey guys, this is Claudia here from the Bookkeeping Experts. We're back one more week, and today we're going to talk about a popular subject, and that is PayPal integration. A lot of questions is, should I integrate PayPal or should I not integrate PayPal? That's the question we're going to talk about today. Hopefully that's going to clarify a little bit in your mind, and next week we're going to talk about how to reconcile PayPal. Okay, here we go. All right, we're gonna start our slideshow. Okay. First of all, when should I integrate PayPal? Should I just integrate PayPal anytime I have any kind of activity in the account? And the answer is not necessarily. The way that PayPal works, it works kind of like a bank or a clearance account, sort of, right? Because what's going to happen if there is no credit card on PayPal, all the charges that you make on PayPal is going to be clearing from either your checking account or a different credit card account, right? And the third option would be you have a PayPal credit card and a balance that stay outstanding from month to month. So there's different ways that PayPal work. We're gonna talk first about the more simplified way, which is PayPal is connected to your checking account. So whenever you make a payment with PayPal, it clears on your checking account. Now, if you don't receive any money from PayPal, then there is no need for you to integrate with PayPal, because all your transaction will clear on your checking or your checking account, whatever account is connected with PayPal, or a credit card account, a different credit card that is connected to PayPal as well. So if that's the case and you do not receive any client payment, I would say you do not have to integrate PayPal. If you do integrate, which you can, it will create a little bit of confusion, and there's no need, because basically we're going to talk about how it works exactly on PayPal and you see why. But I do not recommend to integrate if you do not have income from clients. All right, so let's go ahead and go into the slideshow. PayPal integration and reconciliation. Okay, so that's what I said. When should I integrate with PayPal? When you have customer payments, or when you have a PayPal business credit card. Okay, not like a separate credit card connected with PayPal, but a PayPal credit card. That's when you should connect, because then you would have an outstanding balance with PayPal. It works like a credit card. Then you do need to reconcile. You do need to have that. Okay, so as I said, there's no need to integrate if all you have is expense and no loan or anything like that, since all the payments will go through your checking account. So there is no need for that, right? All right, so when you go into PayPal, how do you get the necessary statement or document in order to reconcile your PayPal account? When you go into PayPal, you're going to log in. This is your home page. Then the next thing you need to do is just click on activity. All right, see activity over there. When you click on activity, the next one, you're going to click on all reports on this page. Okay. All right, next thing you know, you're going to come up to this page and you want to click on statement. It's going to show monthly statement, yearly statement. You want to select the monthly statement, and this is how the statement will look. It has the PayPal icon on the top with your company name, and the first thing that you're going to see is the available beginning balance and available ending balance, right? In this one, this is just a clearance account, so there is no credit card associated with this account, and it comes through the checking account. So actually for this one, I wanted to show you but I actually disconnected because I don't think it is a good idea, because we don't take client payment from PayPal. All right, so next thing you're gonna see is the activity. Okay, so if you had income from PayPal, you're gonna see income, payments received, and then any kind of fees that you paid. Everything is gonna be on the summary. So continuing on with the summary, so that's the last page. If there's any deposit, the description, the expenses or the fees associated with that. So it's all going to be here, right? Okay. And this is the information you're going to use to reconcile your PayPal account if you decide to integrate. So now we're going to go to QuickBooks. Okay. All right. So here is QuickBooks, and we're going to talk about how to integrate with QuickBooks. To integrate PayPal, it works like a bank account. So you, on the left hand side, you're going to click on banking. Remember that I always use the accounting view. If you want to change it, click on the gear menu to see what I'm seeing, and you can click switch to accountant view, or the business view would look something like this. I'm just gonna show you, kind of, because this is the old account. The new one has more like icons, but pretty much everything is the same. It would say banking over here, but it has like a lot of icons, supposed to kind of remind you of the workflow of desktop. So that's why QuickBooks made it this way. But since this is just a trial account, it's an old one, and that's just the old way to see things. Okay. All right. So to connect PayPal, you just click on link account, and then you type PayPal here. Okay, connect to PayPal. That's the one we use. And you are going to log into your account like you log into PayPal. It's going to ask you where what dates you want to bring transaction from, and all the information of the integration. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Like I said, it works like a bank account. And if we go to PayPal here, we are going to look at a transaction in here. And as I mentioned to you, the way that PayPal works, it works like a clearance account. So there are always going to be money received and money spent. The money received is the money coming from your bank account or credit card, either one, whatever form of payment you use with PayPal that is integrated with PayPal. Now, if you have that account connected in here, for the money received, you will record, and you can record from the checking account as a transfer, okay? As a transfer. You can select right from PayPal and then select. Okay, so we're going to select one of those transactions here. I'm going to check the date. All right, it's taking its time to load. There you go. Yay. Okay, October 5. So we're going to go into October 5. It is taking its time, and guess what? It's not here. So if it's not here, you probably want to update, or we're going to take a look at an older transaction. Okay. See this Apple Pay for $19.99. We're gonna go back here. That happened on August 30th, and most likely this will have a different date here. And it could be categorized already, because we have auto pay. Okay, let me. Oh, by the way, I always use the filter. So if you click on date, it's a date filter, description, it goes by description and amount. I use a lot. I use that a lot. So this way I can flip into the newest transaction, or you can, if you're looking for a specific amount, you can look for that as well. So the reason why it's here is because I already set up an auto rule for this one, because remember that I disconnected PayPal, because if you don't accept payment from your client, it is actually better not to integrate with QuickBooks. So that's why I had the auto connection. Now you do not want to create an auto rule when you do have PayPal integrated, because what you're gonna do with this transaction, and I'm gonna bring it back here, is to record it as a transfer. Okay. So we're gonna record it as a transfer into PayPal, because it's just money going into PayPal to pay that bill. So I'm gonna add here, and then I'm gonna go back into the PayPal account, and I want to make sure that I match that transfer. So important to match the transfer, because if you do not match the transfer, what you're doing is duplicating the transaction. So under the received, not the spent, the received is going to be a transfer. So we're going to match here. Okay. And then the second transaction will be the transaction where we are going to record what the transaction is. So dues and subscription, we can go ahead and add that. And you're going to add that into PayPal. So from the checking account, it will be a transfer into PayPal. And from the PayPal account, you want to add this transaction. Okay. All right. And that's how you do it. So that's how you add, and you want to make sure you don't duplicate. So you don't, what I see a lot of my clients doing is they categorize in the checking account, and they categorize it again on the PayPal account. And then when you try to reconcile, if you're not doing the transfer correctly and not matching from one account to another, then you're creating all kinds of duplicated transaction. And with PayPal, there is a lot of duplicated transaction, even when you do everything right. Sometimes it just doesn't work 100%. Keep in mind that there is not one integration that I know that works perfectly. PayPal works pretty good, as it works kind of like a bank account, so you can exclude if there is a duplicated transaction. So that's a pretty good tool. But there's a few things that I don't like. One of them is that the date, like if you want to filter by the date into PayPal, doesn't quite work right, especially if it's already categorized. And there's a few, like I said, sometimes it doesn't record correctly the transfer and the match, and then you see all those duplicated transactions. Then you want to verify my videos where I talk about duplicated transaction and how to fix them. But once again, if you have income transaction, yes, but if you don't, there's no need to integrate. So, but let's suppose you do have and you want to integrate. That's how you do it. And then when you want to reconcile the account, you can go into accounting and then reconcile. Or even better, see if you're on the account here, PayPal Bank, on the right hand side where it says go to bank register, click here, you go straight to the bank register, and then we can reconcile this transaction, right? And I will reconcile. Now, we only have one transaction, and it's going to be a zero balance, because that's what it is on my statement. So my ending balance is 0. So if it is ending balance 0, you just want to put it over here and here. And because this app works differently, there's transactions coming in and coming out. You want to make sure, sometimes that you separate the payments and the deposit and do one at a time. Okay, especially if you have income. So the way you do it, you want to unselect everything. You go into deposits, and you're gonna go into the statement and verify all the deposits. And there, in the statement on the third page or fourth page, you're gonna have all the individual transactions coming through. You want to take a look at that, so so that you can see all the details, right, of each transaction. Okay, so you want to select each of the income transactions first, and then you're also going to select afterwards all the expenses. And the reason why I do that is because if I just, there's 3 tabs here: payment, deposits, and all. If I'm going to select all, sometimes you're off and you don't know what is all the payments, what is off, if it's all the payments or all the deposits. So I just break it down and do one at a time. So we're gonna go, like I said, into deposit first. That's what I like. And I select each of the deposits, and I make sure that this matches the amount of money received, or the amount of money of sales that you receive from PayPal. Not the transfer, the sales. You want to mark all the sales. If it is just a transfer from your checking account, you would select that on a later time. So just first select all the sales, verify if it matches with the statement. And then second step, you can check all the transfer, and then verify that it's all good, and go to payments. And then on payments, you're going to select all the transaction according to the statement, looking at the statement and making sure that all the expenses is matching with what PayPal is giving you in there. Okay, so that's how you reconcile, and it will be a zero balance on the PayPal unless, like I said, unless you have a credit card or you carry a balance, because it works kind of like a bank sometimes. And sometimes you have a credit card, you have a balance in that account as well. Okay, all right, so that's that's what I have for PayPal. I want you to tell me if you have PayPal integrated with your QuickBooks Online. How's it working for you? Are you having problems? If so, would you like us to cover something specific? Write down below. Write us a comment. What do you think of the PayPal integration? So I actually turned off my integration because it was just expensive and it's unnecessary. There's no need to create more work for me. So that's why I just simplify it. I'm all about simplifying everything. So that's why I did it this way. So you tell me what you think, and then I'd love to hear from you. Hey, thank you so much for spending this time with me. You know what I like about what I do is mostly the interaction that I have with the business owner and with other bookkeepers and CPAs. It is so much fun to hear from you, see how you're doing, your struggles with different kinds of business. I deal a lot with restaurants, e-business, because of the fact that I am specialized in integration, and it's so fun for me to listen to you, to see how you're doing, and see what kind of obstacles you're overcoming, because being a business owner is pretty much all about overcoming obstacles and aiming for that target, and once again, knowing your point of reference, right? So knowing your finances, because if you have your finances organized, you can go to it anytime to find out where you are, what you need to do in order to grow. And if you're in a certain business that information is so crucial, such as restaurant right now, in e-business and retail stores, it is so important for you to know how your business is doing. So stay up to date with your finances, so that you can go to your point of reference and always stay ahead of your business, ahead of the game, right? So you can be the first in your field and in your business. All right. Well, thanks again for spending this time with me. I'll be back next week. And until next time, keep on smiling.